I'm Jackie, an Arizona realtor, and I've built a multi-million-dollar business with my husband by using what I learned from being a teacher. Now I'm bringing the steps I took to leave the classroom and become a top producing agent and team owner. So grab your coffee, cherry vanilla Coke, or maybe even a cocktail, and let's begin. Well, hello there, friend. I am so excited about today's episode. It is going to be an episode packed with tools and tips to kickstart your business and keep you in a place of constant growth, right? It's what we all want. So we're going to talk about how maintaining organization in your business will not only reduce your stress level, but also allow you to service your clients and your business relationships in a more professional manner. So I was thinking the other day about my classroom, and can I just say, I loved the beginning of a school year. I mean, there is something about going through Target and seeing all the new school supplies. It would bring a smile to my face. Dude, the smell of a new notebook. Yes, I used to smell the notebooks. The feel of those big flare pens as they would hit the paper. I mean, is there anything better? Not for a teacher, right? So I would sit in front of my clean and packed up classroom in May. Last day, teachers are supposed to be jumping for joy because it's summer vacation. But no, I was sitting there and I was already planning my layout for my classroom for the next school year. Guys, I would plan the color scheme, the theme for the room. Yes, I would change it regularly. I would start filling my Amazon cart with new artwork for the walls, replacement flexible seating for my kiddos. Guys, so much. I used to think I was the odd man out, because I would see all these other teachers. They were skipping down the halls. They were ready to kickstart their summer. All the while, I'm going through my filing cabinets. Yeah, guys, I had multiple filing cabinets, seriously, legit organization. I would label each filing cabinet hey, this one is math, this one's social studies, this is writing, this is reading. So anyhow, and last day of school, I would go through all the material and things that I didn't use and I didn't plan to use next year, I was recycling those. Then I was also making sure that all of the math stuff was actually in the math drawer. Not to mention organizing the lessons, making sure the games had all their pieces, making sure those were organized by Common Core standard and organized in a scaffolding platform. Guys, yeah, I take organization pretty serious. Okay, well, little did I know that my obsession with organization would be my biggest asset in real estate. So one of the first things I learned when I joined my husband in our real estate business was a need for organization. Now, don't get me wrong, my husband can organize, he keeps up with things, but it wasn't what was working for me. So it wasn't just organizing the files, but also keeping up to date on deadlines, adding anniversaries and birthdays of my past clients to my Google Calendar, because I wanted to make sure I was staying in front of them and making sure that I was not forgotten. So if you're currently a realtor and you're thinking possibly your organization could use a refresher, go grab a pen and paper. Or for my paperless listeners, grab your tablet and your smart pen. I'm about to drop all of my strategies for keeping my business organized. These will be good tips for any realtor, but will be an even more game changer for the ladies and gents who are listening who are still working multiple jobs. That's right. Maybe you're in the classroom and doing real estate on the side. Or maybe you're only doing real estate, but you're like me and you have a whole litter of kids who are running around. Okay, now, all the apps that I use are completely 100% free. I do not believe in spending money until you're making money. So to use myself, I guess, as the organizer, I had to use what I already knew, which was Google. So I'm Google certified. When I was in the classroom, I was the certified Google trainer for my building. So it made total sense to use what I already knew to ensure success. So first things first, keeping your files organized. This is a must for any successful agent. You also want to make sure you're not avoiding deadlines. Now, if I'm keeping my organized files, Okay, so maybe I have them color coordinated, maybe I have them some other way. That's fine. Okay, what I don't want to lose are any kind of important materials. So, for example, recently I was helping a buyer with a new build. Now, anytime you go to a new build, you have to come with your client. Okay, you're going to sign them in. The builder or the person who is working for the builder there in the office is going to have some different papers that you need to fill out, you need to sign. They're going to make a copy and they're going to give you a copy. Now, do not trust that they are going to keep up with their things, okay? Because we don't know what their organization looks like. It's important to make sure that you're keeping all of your files within a filing system for each of your buyers, okay? So, my clients, we went, we looked, they wanted to be putting on a waiting list, so they were put on the waiting list, and then they get the phone call that, hey, guess what? They can come back because now they have a lot for them. Now, I went ahead and grabbed that file for that client, and I brought it with me to that appointment. And guys, it was such a good thing that I did because guess what? They misplaced my paper. Yeah, if I didn't have that paper, if I wasn't organized, if it was just sitting on a pile in my desk, I wouldn't have had it. It wouldn't have been as easy. I would have had to search for everything. Guys, that saved my commission, okay? Because without that paper, they don't know that you were there because they have now misplaced your sign-in, okay? Another important thing is you want to make sure you're not missing deadlines. I used Google Sheets for all of my buyers and all of my listings. Now, so this is what I do. Within my Google Sheet, each of the tabs has an address of the home. Okay, so for my buyers, I would note the date the contract was accepted, and then that would be day one. Okay, so day one of the contract is the date that it's accepted. Then as far as my columns would go, I would have them titled what day it was, day 1, 2, 3, however many days, we're going to have in escrow, what the actual date that was, and then anything that the next column would be anything that needed to be done on that date or by that date. The next column was the completion date, so the day that it was completed, and then the last one was a comment. Now, why do I do this? One, it keeps me organized, and two, because my husband and I are in business together, sometimes we don't have time to talk about everything. So if we keep really good filing systems, then both of us are aware what needs to be finished. And in that comment, we could just say, I took care of this. The day of completion, hopefully it's on the date that it needs to be finished. So specifically for the state of Arizona, guys, we have what's called a 10-day due diligence period. Now, it can be a negotiation tool, meaning an agent could reduce the number of days to make the offer look a little bit better than others. This is not something I typically do, though, in my offers, just because it adds more stress on ensuring all the inspections are complete, make sure that all the repairs are requested. For example, if I have the inspection on day 2, my inspector comes out and they note that there are some roofing issues. Well, obviously, I want to make sure that I have enough time to now have a roofer come out and give me what their inspection is. I also want them to be able to give me a cost for any kind of repairs. So that way I can include all of that information when I then complete the Benzer, which is when my buyer says, hey, this is the stuff that was inspected and this is what I would like to be replaced. So it's not something I usually do, okay? Now, in the state of Arizona, it's also a requirement that you get an LSU. So an LSU is a loan status update. It's something that the lender sends to you. We usually ask for it on the 10th day. We will take it up to the 12th day. But I want to make sure that I get that when I get that from the lender, that I send it over to the cross agent. Now, the reason why is because I don't know if the lender sent it. I want to make sure that I cover my tracks, because what I don't want to get is a cure notice. Now, a cure notice is not good. You do not want to get those. Those can get you into trouble, and you only have a short period of time to get that cure notice fixed, okay? So it's very important to keep all of your stuff organized, to know what date it is, to know what needs to be done. And this was a huge kickstart into me understanding, one, deadlines, but two, knowing what needed to be completed. And because I had it in a Google Sheet, I could just add another tab, copy all of the things that had to be completed, change up the dates, take out those completion dates and comments from the past, client, and then go ahead and go from there. I could have it all organized for every single year. This is also nice because we're a team. So guess what? I share all of this information with our other agents so that way they can have the same organization. Now, for each deadline, I add the date and then what's due. I also add those to my Google Calendar. Okay. I love Google Calendar because it's got that wonderful reminder bell. It goes to my tablet, it goes to my phone, it goes to my watch. Everything is telling me, hey, this needs to be done. And it's been a lifesaver. So Google really helps me maintain my deadlines, and I use it for so much more. So another Google sheet that I create is for all of my transactions, and I organize it by year. Now, this sheet tells me who the client was, first, last name. It's also, were they a buyer or were they a listing? Also, it tells me the address of the property, the sale price, the commission paid to me, and the commission I paid to my broker, as well as the date that it actually closed. Now, I then put that information in my Google Calendar. That way I can keep up with their anniversaries. Okay, not their wedding anniversaries, but the anniversary of when they purchased their home. So each anniversary, every single year, I send a happy anniversary card with just a small little Starbucks gift card. I also put some cards in there. I tell them that I'm so excited that they are in their home for a year. Remember, referrals are the best present to me. If there's anyone that they know that is looking to buy or sell, I would love to earn their business and be interviewed for that position. Then I email them a current CMA, so a current market analysis of their home. Now, in 2020 to present, people have really gained a lot of equity in their home. I want to make sure they have it, not just because do they want to sell it, but do they want to make some additions, and do they want to be able to use the equity in their home to do that? I also personally deliver documents needed for their taxes for the first year of their purchase. So today is January, something. Okay, so it's January. People are going to be getting ready to file their taxes. So anyone who purchased a home or sold a home in the last 12 months, I reach out to my title rep. They give me all of that information. They put it in a wonderful little folder. They make sure that it's branded. It has my name and all that kind of information on there. And then I bring that to their house. Now, guys, that's 3 touches. An anniversary card in the mail, an email with a CMA, and then hand-delivered tax documents. These 3 touches in that first year help to maintain the relationship. By staying in front of your past clients, you are increasing your chances of referrals from them. I love numbers. Maybe that's why teaching math was always my favorite subject. So let's talk numbers for a bit. Did you know, according to the National Association of Realtors, 91%, okay, that's almost 100, 91% of all realtors never contact the buyer or seller of a home after closing. Seriously, that's 91% of the people that actually could be your client, okay? Only 25% of home sellers used an agent with whom they had previously worked with. Only 25, that's 75%, are picking a new agent every single time. 42% of buyers used an agent that was referred to them by a friend, a neighbor, or a relative. Guys, it's simple math. Your clients will refer you to people. They will tell friends, neighbors, fellow carpool moms and dads about their experience with you. Make sure it's a good one. And one way is to ensure to stay on top of your deadlines. Know what needs to be completed. Make sure you feel them special, and don't forget about them. I taught for 19 years. I still remember the faces of my students, but I don't remember all their names. The names I remember are the ones who made the biggest impact on me, and the ones that I still hear from. Going into real estate can seem scary. Starting something new can be a challenge, but you keep the attention of 24 to 32 children a day for 7 hours. You maintain peace in a sea of hormones and body odor. You can do this, and I'm here to help you. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Jackie Durbin AZ. Also like, share, and rate this podcast. And if you need help or you have state-specific questions, reach out to me and I will gladly help. Guys, we talked about a lot of different things that I use to keep organized. If you'd like a copy of any of them, reach out to me through social media and I will gladly share them with you. Everyone wants to go into real estate. It can be a lot of fun, but you will have some challenges along the way. But us teachers, we're organized. We teach students how to be organized. And this is how we do it.